Let's kiki on this interesting story. So imagine being 18, grabbing wings with a friend, and ending up having to prove you're a woman just to go to the bathroom. Well, that's what happened to Minnesota teen Gerika Mudra at Buffalo Wild Wings, where a staffer banged on her stall door, yelling, quote, "The man needs to get out. The man needs to get out," end quote. Gerika, a cisgendered lesbian, had to unzip her hoodie to show her chest just to be left alone. Now she's suing, with Gender Justice backing her case, saying it's a clear violation of Minnesota's anti-discrimination laws. Her stepmom called it cruel and humiliating. And honestly, she's right. This isn't just about one bathroom. It's about a culture of gender policying that puts queer and trans folks in danger every single day. And so this Minnesota teen sues after bathroom gender shaming. And I think that she has all the right in the world. You know, what are we all talking about? This poor girl. I mean, and I knew it was bound to happen, right? It was going to happen with somebody, and it's probably happened more times than we care to even think about it, right? Just thinking about our trans siblings going into the bathroom with who they are, right? And being asked, are you supposed to be in here? Or a cisgendered lesbian like this girl in Minnesota just going to a Buffalo Wild Wings, just trying to use the bathroom, right? And being knocked on the door like a crazy person by someone saying, this guy needs to get out of here. I mean, there are women who may have a shorter haircut, may have a more masculine presenting kind of self, and it won't even have to be that they're part of the LGBTQ plus community. They would just be people, and we're discriminating against people just going after us. It all started with folks going after LGBTQ plus, right? That's basically what it is, right? Bathroom stalls it has to be a fight, and it's always been a fight, and it's been a fight that gets deeper and deeper. And now this poor girl had to deal with that. Just imagine, 18 years old, you go have some wings, and all of a sudden you have to prove that you are a female to use the bathroom. I mean, I don't know if I were in that same situation, what I would do, right? I'd probably call the cops from inside the stall. But I mean, in that situation, what do you do? What do you do, LGBTQ? What do you do? You know, so Gerika, I'm glad that you're suing. You have every right to sue. It is discrimination against you. It completely is. The fact that you had to undo your hoodie, like, I just can't imagine being put in that situation and having to do so at such a young age. You know, I will send you kudos for being headstrong, for being secure, right? For not losing your head at that moment, like many of us could easily do. You will win that case. I'm putting it out into the universe. I am manifesting that you will win that case and you will make lots of money, or at least I hope so, you know, because the powers that be always seem to go up against us, especially in cases like this. Unless you're Kim Davis, then you could continue being around for 10 years and still bother us. So Buffalo Wild Wings, what are they doing to protect their customer base? Was this person, did she fear for her life? Did she fear for her wings? Right? Only time will tell, but we will definitely follow this story further and see what occurs. I mean, I doubt that it will be the last time that we will bring you a story quite like this, you know, where a girl has to prove who she is. And that should never, ever, ever be the case. I mean, I think about women's sports, right? When it comes to trans folks playing in the sport that they identify with, right? Where will this end, right? Will it get to the point where people will have to unzip their hoodies to prove who they are just to be able to live, right? Or to play a sport that they want to? Where will this end? Only time will tell. But we will continue to bring these stories to you because they're important. They're important. Again, she is not the first person for this to happen to. She will not be the last person for this to happen to. But the reality is that a lot of us are afraid to even protest or to sound the alarm that these things are happening, right? So big kudos to you for being headstrong, for being strong, for being you, for filing this lawsuit, for finding a lawyer that can represent you and take this to the highest court of the land if needed. You know, we have to fight for our grounds. We have to fight for our lives, especially now more than ever. So I tip my hat off to you, and we will definitely follow the story. And this is an important conversation for our LGBTQ LGBTQ+ community. Help us tell these important stories by liking and subscribing to the